value to aesthetic ratio, the F3 is absolutely unparalleled.
The F3 is the first affordable camera with bigger sensors to get that depth of field to be available to the television market.
If you use 444 10-bit log recording, you can end with a very nice 35mm print. Maybe it's the most affordable cinematic movie camera for theaters.
The fact that you can actually now get an S-Log option on the F3, which basically gives you 444 and an S-Log curve out of the camera of that price, is phenomenal.
Absolutely recommend the S-Log firmware update for the Sony F3. It's for me, it's like buying a new sensor of your camera.
The difference from shooting linear to log, you know, just gives you so many more options in post.
Just gives you so much more latitude in the shadow, in the highlights.
Basically sticks 12 stops into a 5-stop bucket, so it's phenomenal.
It's good to have 10 bits compared to 8-bit because gradients are better. Gradients of a sky, you don't have any issues with steps in a gradient.
When you're trying to do something that isn't scripted, it's not drama where you get a second take. Because of what Darren does, it has to be one take wonder. We can't go back and do it again. So the ability to have, you know, our long shots, our close-ups and our cutaways all in that one take, because we've got 3 or 4 cameras, offers so much more than you would get if you were shooting single camera and having to do the same thing over and over again.
We couldn't repeat anything, really. Once you've removed someone's lungs from a 3-inch gap in their abdomen, you're not going to get them back in for a second take. It was kind of sensitive because we were mummifying a guy, which is obviously slightly unusual, so we could keep the gritty stuff at a distance, while still having a sort of sense that it was going on. And the F3 gives us that ability to keeping a shallow depth of field, therefore we could concentrate on foreground action or objects and keep the background kind of lively, but indistinct.
It's really fitting in between those filmmakers that are wanting to come down from, you know, big film cameras and those that are wanting to come from DSLR to just create something a little bit more high quality.
We get far fewer requests for the stills cameras with movie capability. So it's really sort of taken over that niche.
The advantage of the F3 for us is that you can sync timecode to it across cameras and with different cameras as well. You can record sound directly into it. We weren't constrained by the fact that it cuts out after 12 minutes. So all these things, for me, really made it much more usable on location and in the edit as well.
You can also record on board on the S/S card. You don't have to process your rushes to go straight to offline editing. Compared to other cameras that record raw files with with a lot of information, you need to process it. It seems quite the same as 35, so you still need to wait the day before, the day after to see your footage.
It worked incredibly well for us. The usability of a consumer camera, you turn it on and it's going, but with the quality of, you know, some of the larger cameras.
Last summer we did this TV series for MTV called Studio in Session, based on bands performing in studio. We both like this cinematic type of approach, so we didn't want to go with normal broadcast cameras. At the same time, we didn't really want to go with DSLR, so the F3 somehow ticked all the boxes.
You can achieve a look that you can't with a normal sort of video camera without a sensor like that. So for this shoot, it was perfect.
There is a place in factory programming for cameras like the F3. It gives a great look that it's not trying to emulate cinema or drama even. It's just it's another tool for us to use.
When it comes to grand design, certainly the Sony F3 camera is a camera we should look at because I think it is distinctive. It delivers beautiful imagery, and I think it would raise the bar in terms of, you know, how we shoot grand design. So I think it will be a camera we will look at.
Get that depth of field that 35mm film offers. It was only the preserve of shooting on film or shooting on high-end HD cameras, you know, the Genesis or the F35, the 100 grand cameras.
And I have to say, actually, on every test that we've performed, it looks great. And the feedback we're getting back from our clients is one that is truly exceptional.